What's up guys, Nate here to show you a tour of our facility. If you're ever in Houston, be sure to come by and check us out at illumiNATE Heights. Excited to show you our new addition called the Dark Side. I'm gonna show you some select pieces that we hand chose, and it's just where the magic happens, all right? So come on in, and I'm excited for y'all to join me. So we are a 24/7 gym. You get key fob access, so a lot of people find that very convenient. So if you have a weird job, my bad, a weird off-schedule job, kind of say, if you're working odd hours, we got you. Okay, so when you walk in the facility, you see our lovely front desk, our lovely front desk staff. Look at them smiling. They love what they do. That looks too forced, Adam. A little less smile. No, a little more. All right, that works. You out here, Miss Pady? All right, girl, have a good day. It's good seeing you, girl. See ya. All right, so we've got your cardio on the side right here, guys. As we all love cardio, it's always super fun. Something cool that we offer, and I'm a big believer in offering resources to give results. So the cool thing that we have here for our members is a nice in-body machine. So with your membership, guys, it comes with an in-body measurement. You can do it as often as you want. So if you're worried about how many calories you should be eating, how much muscle mass you have, how much body fat you have, we've got you covered. Some people would call us like a lifter's gym. We have a lot of competitors here, a lot of like cast iron weights, a lot of things that get you just gains. And so I'll let you decide, but I'll show you around. Over here, we have our infrared sauna. So fits up to 2 people. Infrared sauna is a little bit different than a dry hot sauna. Infrared's actually it doesn't go as hot. Regular dry saunas just basically give you just a dry heat on you. It's basically just making you sweat. Infrared's gonna basically be a little bit lesser heat, but it's gonna kind of penetrate your body a little bit deeper. You can be in there longer, much better effects. It can actually raise your core temperature a lot higher. It's better for sweating out toxins. I always tell people, if you're coming in after a long weekend of drinking and having fun, step in there for a few minutes, sweat it out. It's good for you. So a lot of cables at first. We got cables in the front, free motion here. I'm a big cable guy, and so I think cables are very beneficial for whether you're trying to lose weight, build muscle, add size, you name it. So, we've got some CrossFitters in the building too. Not only just CrossFitters, but people who enjoy wind resistance cardio. So we've got rowers, ski ergs, and assault bikes. If you're doing intervals or HIIT training, you produce the watts, you produce the force. You can stop and then speed up as often as you want. You don't have to wait on a machine, toggling back and forth, you name it. All right, so check it out. So one of these over here, cool feature we have, our dumbbells go up to 200 pounds, as you can see. So for all you strong people that want to lift some weight, we got you covered. Not many people touch those 200s. I'll roll it out just sometimes to kind of make it look like I'm using it, but I don't actually use them. It's all for show. All right. Got your squat racks here, guys. These are cool machines right here. Little hip bridge or hip thrust machine. We've got the plate loaded or the free weight barbell. Again, if you want to build a cake, we got you covered. We got all sorts of cake building exercises at cake building machines here. Another good one for your posterior chain. We got the reverse hyperextension. So again, if you want to work on your lower back, if you have a lower back issue, can't do back extensions, or you want to target the glutes and hammies, it's a beautiful exercise right here. It just allows you to target that posterior chain and really just without putting a lot of pressure on that back. Some other cool ones we got. So I love this Pit Shark. It's such a good machine. You can either go chain belt squat with it or Pit Shark with it. Looks like the person that was using this earlier was doing some sumos with it. But nonetheless, I like this a lot because you'll probably rarely ever see me load a bar on my back free weight wise, just because I'm the risk to reward ratio for me, at least, I don't find it beneficial to like squat with a bar on my back. I'm past that already. But with this one, it's really cool because if you put a chain on the waist, I like it because it allows you to hold the frame and you can just stand straight up and squat with it, right? Now, I see so many people doing this machine and they're doing this with their squats. They're loading the whole weight and they're pushing their butt back like this. And they're pulling themselves up with it. That's cool if you're trying to impress people, but you're actually not impressing anyone at all. But again, it's just a good way to properly squat when you're doing the right form, not doing what I just showed you. Really loads those glutes, the hamstrings, the quads, and it really doesn't put a lot of pressure on your back. This is one of my babies. Got a sweet spot for donkey calf raise machine. Not many gyms have this bad boy. Really good development for your calves. Good old donkey calf raise. I think Arnold originated it. And so instead of having someone sit on your back or your butt while you're doing calf raises, we got a machine for y'all. All right, we also have a pendulum squat. One of our pendulum squats right here. Pendulums are cool, similar to a hack squat, although it swings down with you as opposed to going up and down. I like the way this one feels, but when I show you the other one we have, you're gonna be like, okay, I like that one better. Had to go with the old school Flex Fitness hack squat. And again, I don't know who's doing this. If they're trying to make myself have a bad day, which this wouldn't give me a bad day, but rack your shit. Oh, let me show you something. I forgot to point it out. Check this out. This is probably the coolest thing, the most important thing you gotta look at when you come to our gym. Right here. See that? You gotta put some respect on my gym. Rack your shit, don't slam your shit, won't be no shit. Birdman, all right? So yeah, put some respect on it. This person over here didn't put respect on it. But I absolutely love this Flex Fitness hack squat. It took me forever to find it because it's hard to find one of these. A lot of hack squats that have different angles on them. This one I just absolutely love. I grew up on one of these, so it's just kind of somewhat nostalgic for me. This is kind of like our push area here. So you've got your bench presses here, hammer strength, your decline press, your incline press, and shoulder press. I like these a lot. You get a good depth on it. You can really isolate each side individually. You can bilaterally move them if you like. But yeah, these are really good machines. I love them, love them, love them. Around the aisle, or around the wall, we got your pin-loaded standard machines, chest press, shoulder press, tricep, you name it. A couple pec decks, and like this gentleman's on our old school Magnum pec deck. I absolutely love this one just because, again, it's not as wide as newer pec decks per se, and it really targets the muscle. So if you look at I wish they were open, but if we were to open both handles or both arms on each machine, the silver one, which is the newer style, it actually goes super duper wide. So if you're like 7 foot tall, like it'll work well for you. The black one right here, it goes about this wide when the arms are fully lengthened, so you don't have to really stretch out, and it really targets that chest. Also on the Magnum one I like a lot is because when you close it, it closes up at an angle, and it kind of helps get that pectoralis minor, which is the upper part of your chest that's kind of hard to get. So these I absolutely love a lot. If I were to pick one of the two, I picked the old school Magnum. Another favorite machine of mine is this horizontal hip press. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So with this one, targets the quads a little differently, puts a lot less pressure on your back. What I like to...
Cut that one over real quick.
Okay, is it too loud or?
No. I just didn't have you on the brand.
Okay. So one of my favorite, another machine we have here is I call it a horizontal hip press. However you want to call it. I really don't give a shit what you call it. But it's a leg press that you're sitting down straight and pushing away from you as opposed to at an angle. Targets the quads a little differently. I find it puts less pressure on my back. Targets my glutes a little bit better than a standard leg press. But also, something fun I like to do is wrap a band around the frame to the weights where I don't have to load as many 45s. And that negative tension on that resistance is just beautiful. Beautiful. All right, guys, so Got your plate loaded pulls right here, kind of standard, your plate loaded standing row. Got your Dorian Yates reverse grip row right here. Bilateral pull downs. I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorite methods of doing pull downs. The front reverse grip pull down. I personally like to do it one arm at a time, side bending while going. Beautiful piece right here. I absolutely love this machine. All right. Glute ham developer, great for, again, your posterior chain, glutes, hamstrings, you name it. Or if you want to face up on it, put your legs in there, great for your abs as well. On the turf, guys, we've got your stability balls, your risers, your mats, kind of like all your work that you have for ancillaries, right? Sleds, kettlebells, you name it. So you can do anything and everything here. If you're a power lifter, we've got a powerlifting bench press for you. Got the safety bars on there. Got the notches to raise it and lower it. Got your powerlifting bar on there. This actually rolls right here as well. The grip on this thing is really good too. So as you're bench pressing, you drive those shoulders back. It'll hold you in place. And here's a dog. That's Titan. What's up, baby? Hey, buddy. You got boo-boo. We just ask our members if they bring their dogs. They kind of, if they're calm, let them chill right there. Ruth is great. She puts a towel on a mat for Titan. But again, if your dog has an accident in our club, we just ask that you pick up after them, you know? Okay, so welcome to the dark side. So my wife and I had an opportunity to open a second location. And so we figured, okay, hey, we can either A, open a second location, or B, this spot opened up next to us. Why don't we just expand our gym? And so that's what we did. It's been a long work in the process. A lot of time is invested in here. A lot of money's invested in here. But so far, our members have loved it. Our guests have loved it. And it's a whole new aesthetic. So it's like, my vision for this side was to have a whole different gym where you have your gym, and then when you walk in here, it's a whole different look, whole different vibe. And I think we accomplished that sensation. So I'm gonna show you around a quick tour of how everything's looking like. So over here, we've got a 17 or 15, I forgot, piece Strive Pin Select series. The cool thing I like about Strive, and for some of y'all who are younger watching this video, you probably know this company is Prime. Prime bought out Strive. But the cool thing I like about Strive and Prime is you can change the camera on it. So if I want to have a certain weight on it, I can just adjust it. If I want it harder in the beginning and less at the top, I can do that. If I want to do it reverse, I can also do it too. So we've got a little bit of everything: biceps, rows, backs, chests, every muscle group you can think of, we have it for Strive as well. We come over here, guys. So we put a turf strip in the center. You can do your walking lunges, your sled pushes, your sprints if you want to sprint, which I've yet to see anyone sprint. So, but yeah, like to me, like the thing I'm really excited about to show y'all is our Panada series. These machines are a whole different level of machine. I got this one, the high incline, plate loaded bilateral press. You can go at the same time, you can go one arm at a time, but this incline right here will definitely build that upper shelf on that chest for you, because that angle is just beautiful. This one right here is called a multi-flight. It's a 2 machine in 1. So again, if you're doing lateral raises, it just basically hinges you out to the side. If I wanted to raise this all the way up, hand down, and close it like that, I can do a chest fly with it too. Beautiful piece of machinery, absolutely love it. Another one of these right here that I liked a lot. And again, we went to their warehouse and we tried out all of these before we picked them out, just to make sure that they felt good. Because sometimes machines, they just don't feel right. Angles can be off. And I wanted to make sure that like whatever we got into our gym was like, to me, the best of the best. So this multi-flight machine I like a lot, because It's kind of like a 3-in-1 exercise. So if I wanted to go on a deep bench press, I put it at this angle right here, and it allows me to go on a deficit bench press. Obviously, I lay on my back, this would go down, and I lift it like so. But let's say I'm doing chest and triceps and I want to superset something. What I would then do, now it's a close grip tricep press. And don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna get your chest, but it's now I can focus more on triceps. And the angles, the mechanics, everything on this machine is just brilliant. I love it. Okay, so again, like rather than like telling you about it, I'm just gonna show you. So let's say if I wanna go into bench press and have a deep bench press, I'm gonna go into it. And they thought of everything. The shoulders right here, you know how when you're bench pressing, you're driving the shoulders back, scapulars down. They put freaking shoulder pads right there. It's just, it's awesome. So from there, I'm gonna lower this thing. Let's say I'm doing a deficit bench press. You see how that bar is curved? I can go deeper than what I am. But let's say it's too far to grab. What I'm gonna then do, kick it with my foot to lift off. And now I'm set. And now I can go bench press with it. And then if I want to switch it to triceps, what I'm then gonna do, rotate that way. And now I have a close grip tricep press. Well, let's say that grip's a little different. I like it with a different type of width. What I'm then gonna do, I can go that grip now. So pretty much there's 3 different angles on this machine when you're here, and then to get off of it, you're just gonna squeeze this handle and you're free. This is a great piece. The next one I like a lot, it's gonna be your T-bar row. This T-bar row, I absolutely love it. It doesn't look like your standard T-bar row. Normally they're kind of at an angle, you're at a bar, you pull it to the side. I never understood that on a T-bar row, having to pull it from one to the other. It's just kind of inconvenient. This one is dead center. I can raise the chest up and down if I need to. From there, I'm gonna come down, I'll grab the handles, and there the handles rotate. So again, right there, I can just pull it up and twist. The thing I like about this one too, guys, I can go single arm. So if I wanna go one arm with a side bend, I can go this way with it. I can supinate or pronate, whatever I wanna do. And it's also easy to maneuver. So if I'm here, if I absolutely want 2 arms, I don't want it to be single arm at all, I'm gonna lock it in place. If I wanna have it bilateral, I can take that out. And the way they isolate your movements, it's just a whole different level. Whole different level. Seated row machine, absolutely love a lot. What's up, baby? You wanna walk around? You wanna tour it up with me? Okay. Got your seated row. Seated row machine here. This is probably one of my favorite lat pull machines, just because of the way it's designed. Again, they thought of everything here. To get your lats fully engaged, you want to stretch them up and down, but also you can bend it to the inside, right? And now the lat's fully stretched. So the way they made this machine is that when you're sitting in it, it naturally comes outward, and then it converges back in the middle. And that to me is just pure genius when it comes to a movement on a machine. So you want to build a cake. I told you about building cakes up in here. And so this is, like, to me, hands down, one of my favorite hip thrust machines. The ergonomics behind it are it's just really good. So to get into it, and I always feel like I'm like about to enter like a rocket ship or a roller coaster when I'm in here. It's just super fun. Cool thing about this one is that you can change up a lot of things. I can change the height of this thing. I can raise it or lower it, whatever one I want to do. In this case, I'm going to put it really tall in case I'm like kind of short. From there, I go in here, gonna lock it in place. Once I'm there, get my foot, and now I'm set. I'm gonna come down with it and just thrust Up and down. Cue the sexy music while I do this, okay? And the thing I like about this too is that this back pad, it swings with you. And when it swings with you, it almost kind of forces you to give yourself a pelvic tilt, which a lot of people don't do on a bridge. Then afterwards, you're like a little kid, you can swing on this thing and look all cute in front of the mirror. Look at that. But no, one of my favorite hip thrusting machines is the one that Pady has designed. So shout out to Pady, y'all. Got your standard half hack squat here. Like this one a lot. It's good stuff, good stuff. This one. This is my baby right here. I love this hack squat. I grew up on the Flex Fitness. It was one of my favorite ones growing up. Was my favorite hack until I used this one. This one's just, they thought of everything. Okay, first and foremost, if I want a regular angled hack squat, I put it like so. If I want more of a vertical hack squat, make it look like a Tom Platz hack squat where you're just like really super tall, I can literally change that angle. And now I can go even deeper on it. And this thing will humble the hell out of you. And then also, if you're one of those individuals that like to look down, they even thought of that too. They thought of everything when it comes to this machine. Also, have you ever seen anyone do a hack squat with a band on it so they kind of get the resistance off of their, at the bottom portion of the movement? The disadvantage behind having a band on the bottom is that it's gonna pull it back up with such sheer force, right? The only time a band would come in handy and actually work the way it should is if you use like a strap, and on that strap you put the band on where it only helps you at the bottom, which 9 times out of 10, I don't see people doing that. So if you wanna like have it less weight at the bottom, because that's where it's the most difficult on the strength curve, what you can do is put a counterweight. So if I put a 10 on the bottom on this counterweight or a 25, whatever, and I'm going heavy on my squats, this will allow it to counterbalance the weight at the bottom of the load, acting like that band, but it's not gonna pull it back. The 10-pound counterweight's gonna be 10 pounds no matter what. And I tell you, nothing humbles my legs more than this machine right here. Or is there anything else? Which there is. So, the pendulum squat I showed y'all earlier, this is Pady's version of their pendulum squat, which in my opinion, it is hands down probably the best pendulum squat I've seen and used myself. The thing I like about this one is that the weights are bottom loaded, so it's an even distribution. A lot of pendulums have the weights on top, so you can bottom out. This one's gonna feel smooth throughout the whole process. Also, you can adjust the platform. From this platform, if you don't have a lot of ankle mobility, AKA Jordan, you can adjust your ankle here or lower it, okay? And it's just a smooth machine, very, very smooth. I'll finish up with the Pady and I'll show you the rest. Power Runner, this is just a monster in itself. It kind of looks kind of like different, as you can see, but while you're in this thing, you're gonna go in the like that, put both legs in there, and you're just running with the resistance on there. You're talking about glutes, hamstrings, hips, everything. It's gonna target that area in your legs. This is a really clever name, gluteus machine. Pady, you couldn't have thought of something else, man. Come on. This one, it kind of emulates or is in place of like whenever you're doing cable kickbacks for your glutes. This one, you're just in place holding it, and the same thing, pads right behind your knee and kicking up for that cake action, right? If you like building cake, you like eating cake, we got you. They're getting better on the names. This is Master Gluteus, right? So what's up, Pady? Y'all should hire me for your names. But call it like a booty builder or some shit like that. Come on, man. But I like this one a lot. This is like a glute kickback on PEDs, as I would like to say, right? And I say it in a positive way because they thought of everything. On this one, depending on your height, you can adjust it like so. And then Same thing, depending on the length of your legs, you can adjust the angle like so. And you've got 3 different angles on here. So, if you want to kick it straight up, you ever seen someone on a Smith machine doing it and they're taking the Smith and you're like pissed off? You're like, why are you doing that on the Smith machine? I need it for squats. Well, you don't have to do that anymore because now you can just go kick it straight up vertically on this one. If I want to change the angle, slightly lower, same thing, or even further back. It's humbling as hell too. The one time I did it, I think I only had it like on 77 pounds and I was struggling. Alrighty. Standing abductor machine. Love it, love it. Again, a lot of people think squats are for your glutes. Oh, you got a big butt or a strong butt, he must squat a lot. No, squats, your primary muscle are your quads, but you're eccentrically loading your glutes. What I mean by eccentrically loading, when you're in a squat position, you're stretching your glutes out under load. And that's how you're working out your butt in a squat. I'm going off of like a tangent here, but you ever see someone coming up and squat and they squeeze their butt in on a squat? You're doing nothing at all for your glutes if you're doing that. On a squat, you're loading it eccentrically on the stretch. Where I'm going with this tangent is that this machine right here, it allows you to be in a squat position, eccentrically loading your glutes, at the same time, opening up in the abduction formation, hitting that glute medius. So in real time, when you're here, you're in a squat. Now I'm opening with control. Whew. Can you edit that to make it look like 20? I'm joking, they didn't wear me out. Got your pullover machine here, and then we've got your bicep curl machine here. And an old school pec deck machine. I saw this one, I had to get it. It's just a little different. You're holding it this way and closing in, right? This one comes in handy if you have like bicep issues, if you don't want to stretch it out too far. It really helps target that chest and keeping it nice and close. Let me show you our hardcore section that we call it. This is kind of like the pretty showroom stuff, right? This is where we show everyone like, oh, this is nice. This is what we call our hardcore section. Kind of like old school, rugged. A lot of this stuff is from my old studio. So you got your Rhino chain belt squat. So similar to our Pit Shark we had earlier, this is Rogue's version of it. And I tell you right now, this will humble the hell out of you on a chain belt squat. If you're over on the next door doing like 5 plates on each side, a plate and a quarter will feel the same, if not worse here. Guarantee you that. Legend hack squat. This hack squat's just at a much higher angle, a little steeper, target your quads a little bit better. Over here, guys, old school Cybex leg press. Love this leg press, probably by far my favorite leg press of all time. Then along the wall, we've got an L-shaped dumbbell rack, 5 pounds up to 100 pounds on the pro style dumbbells. Then you've got your calves and things like that. Seated plate loaded leg curl, single leg curl, just rugged, right? Like, I'm gonna get dirty. And then over here, it's kind of similar to the old school. We've got your bags, your rigs for pull-ups. And over here we got your power rack, so full power rack there, half rack there, and then your deadlift platforms over here, guys. So these platforms, you put them right next to a mirror, you can see yourself pulling, see all the veins coming out in the neck when you're doing these deadlifts. And then we actually have a deadlift bar. So the one with the pink on it right there, that's a deadlift bar. It's got more slack in the bar. So if you're gonna go heavy on deadpulls, if you're gonna go heavy on deadlifts, I would recommend using the actual designated deadlift bar. And there you have it, guys. You got a full tour of our facility. Again, we've got illumiNATE Heights, dark side connected to it as well. 2 gyms in one, absolutely love it. Again, one of our goals here is to just not only be a gym. One of our mantras is, we're not a gym, we're an experience. So when you step foot into our facility, we hope that you have a really good experience as far as customer service. You're greeted with a smile, you like the people around you, and you have such a good workout that you're like, man, you leave our building feeling so much better. Again, thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you next time.